Hi, my name is Connor, and this is my grade 12 comp sci CPT. The concept that my code teaches is selection sorting. So, a quick run through of how the code works is you can see the instructions of how the pseudocode basically of how selection sorting works with the instructions and what the code is basically doing. You can see the current pass, the selected index, which is highlighted in red, the current index that's being checked, which is highlighted in green, the minimum index. So while checking the indexes of the array, the code is trying to find the smallest value to swap with the selected value to organize it from smallest to greatest. And then the current sorted index basically tells you which indexes and below are sorted. So a quick demo is, so as you click next check, it'll move the checking value and keep the selected value the same. And once you reach the end of the array, it'll swap with the smallest value found. So before, the smallest value is 10 and the selected value is 40. So as you go through, as you can see, current minimum index is 1, which is 0, 1. And then current minimum index is 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3. It realizes that 10 is smaller than 20, and this is the current smallest index. And then when you click next check after reaching the end of the array, it'll swap the selected value, which was 40, with 10. And then it'll continue that until the entire array is sorted. So it's pretty cool how the code works. I declare my variables at the top. In my setup function, I declare my child class. I create my button, and I use .bind to basically make it so that on every mouse click, it'll go to the next check. I load up a font to make it look nicer. I call from my class the draw method. So this is my parent class sort, and I create these objects, which I then use down over here in the child class. And so in draw, I end up just drawing the rectangles. So I basically take the number in the array, and using that, I'll create its dimensions, which is why visually you can see which number is bigger and which number is smaller. And then I have my instructions up here. I use translate and push and pop to basically make it so that the triangle above that you see right here moves with the rectangle and is always located in the same place relative to the rectangle. I also call this show current step in my draw because I create another method to basically just store all of this. And then in next check, this is basically my selection sorting algorithm. So this basically affects all of this, right? So that's why there's no need to call this in here. The class works together. And in the selection sorting algorithm, this line basically just checks. So at the end of the array, it doesn't keep on checking. It realizes that it's reached the end and is sorted once it reaches the end of the data length, which is the name of the array. And then it basically checks to see if the current index is greater or small, to check if the current index is greater than the index being checked. So in this case, it is greater, so that's not the small. So then this is the smallest index. But over here, it is not greater, so then this can't be the smallest index. This one is smaller than the last smallest index, so it makes sure to check for that too, right? And it basically does this throughout the entire code. And that's the whole point of selection sorting, so that each value only swaps once. And that's all of my code. As you can see, there is inheritance and then object-oriented throughout my code. I use all of these objects to organize the rectangles, and that's basically it. Thank you.